Me, famulem, una good evening, una good afternoon, una good evening again. Good evening, good morning. You know, now the excitement of the birthday, you know, now it seems for the takeover is still there at the age. Salon people, today, now the 26th of February, 2025. You know, I am speechless. Some people, I don't even know who side for start. When I make I feel like say, if I want to try for give up on this fight, I shouldn't, because when I show how much now me on like corner they try for play me own part, how much una appreciate that. Now Lily and nothing, me on Lily and nothing where I sabi. But una show how much, una appreciate me on little pimpany part we are the play. Some people the fight continues. I take a break yesterday because normally I always like they take holiday, whether it's my birthday or the kids' birthday, I always they take the day off. And yesterday I was sleeping until later in the evening and went out with the kids for dinner. Some people una thank you. King Goddess, you guys, thank you. I laughed when I saw the great MS, the wonderful videos, I mean, I don't know if they picture it in a craft up. Some people are not also a female. Maybe those pictures were crafted. But, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you. And you see, when you stand on the right thing, God self go see you through. Now they pray on a 5 daily prayer and go church and pray and fast. And a fast month they can start so. Una go they no big say what una they do. It's so wrong. But una go sit down, they go fast. When fast month they can start and Lent they start. Una go they fast back. Now starve una they starve una self. Una no big say waiting una they do so to the people of Sierra Leone. It's wrong. But una still go fast because una feel say Salon people them they be deceived. It's okay. Salon people them they think God still will not judge them. But some pandewaya, we don't for waste God in time for may God go judge them. May we judge for because within the Bible and the Quran say it's obvious that they deviate from it. So we don't go waste God in time. Some pandewaya, let we help God. Let we help God. People in the salon today, I want to talk about within a title, our riches and wealth is being traded for drugs. Our riches and wealth being traded for drugs. Mr. Salon people, let me listen to the song again by Bob Marley, the redemption song. I love this. Some say, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. I think, you see, some people, this is exactly what they go on. When like then they say, some man they say, oh, democracy no can cheap. Some man get for die. No! Doesn't have to be. We don't have to die for democracy's sake. Say, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? But some people are going to say it's just a part of it. Because they say democracy no cheap. Some people are get for that. It doesn't have to be. Now that's what they criticize Abuga Kamal for. They say weak. Because if we don't call people and men and kill them. Because democracy now so they therefore die. This is what Bob Marley is saying. My verse is small.
Decided look, some say it's just.
My verse is salon people. Salon people, yeah. Una this side. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Free yourself from legal, social, and political restrictions. Free yourself. Emancipate yourself. Emancipate Salon means like set free yourself. Nobody know all you ransom. It is you. You. Free yourself. Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And all we ever have. Redemption song. Electoral justice song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. The issue we get in the salon, not to their politicians, they're wicked. Naturally, now so they don't make politics in the salon. Wickedness. But it is because of our mindset. We still dance for people like Cherry Coco. We still dance for people like Kelfala Marade. Dance for Richard Conte. Dance for Joseph Fitzgerald. Dance for what's in that Ibrahim Bangura guy when say he study peace and conflict. But where now be David Francis when we study peace and conflict? You know the same PC people and they talk say David Francis left the peace now England. He go with the conflict now salon. But this guy who study peace and conflict not able to realize it for make election be held, and then they not call results, they not feel say it get the propensity for able to bring conflict to their society. You know they dance for them back. Free yourself from mental slavery. Emancipate yourselves. None but ourselves can free our minds. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate yourselves. 30 days, people in the dance for people in the Kelfala Maradem. Somebody will go to commercial bank. They bail them out. This guy don't get mind talk for Kokel. He bail out of Kokel commercial bank until they free him na the COI. Then they take a big talk. Say that they bail Kokel commercial bank. This now the very thing where they be one of the things that where they all the APC government where they serve under to ransom for. They say they eat the money. They say they eat the money. And you see, these are some of the things that, forget about that. Now, people they talk, the Ministry of Finance, you now remember back in the days when they talk about, say, like the iron ore price, the economy, they do so much well. But when the iron ore price, that the world market, it deep, where it dive, where it go down, that they say the salon economy struggle back, when they call for, like, austerity. Salon people, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. All the one day, it show somebody when not get in-depth knowledge, when not get foresight. That thing there, don't ever be an issue in our country. Some people and this is something why we don't talk about. Salon for don't lock the price at the time where there was boom in the iron ore price. Salon for don't lock their position. The financiers then call hedge their position. HEDGE. Don't hedge their position. Therefore, don't lock the price. This is why banks they exist. This is why. I tell you now, like the key reason for banks, like now transformation, risk transformation, maturity transformation, and also like like value transformation and all that in it. That's the reason why they exist. That's why banks they exist. So some people, you see, when I hear these things about saying, oh, like the deep when the iron ore price go down in the world, now we economy, like you see, that in itself, well, hopefully since I will talk about it in the future. For me, I talk about like that was never an excuse for somebody we get idea. We know and know that should have never been an excuse because we forbid not lock with price of we iron ore because now they will be heavily involved. Hedging now part of the things like what you be saying like an organization heavily depend on the particular thing. Therefore, hedge their position. Hedge their position. Because the lifeline of like that organization or country depend on that thing. So it is safer and better and good for me you hedge the position because you know if you left on like that, the risk is massive. The risk is massive. I make way when they talk about education. I listen to Brian where they talk about like people that were educate like so imagine Francis Benkafala, he left Salone, he said to go Harvard instead of like imagine where you for the learn within the job improve things them like they look before that they see and say oh ma go Harvard ma go take qualification they say I studied at Harvard I studied at MIT now Yale and all this nonsense now Cambridge now Oxford this is waiting in the full now with some people when I talk, I this creative mind about me, trust me, like there are people, just like what Ibrahim said, PhD holders, they were with us. Who saw the work? I get Oxford PhD holders then they. That's in a way reports to me. We talk. Junior for me. But I respect them. Respect them. But una na them in the full now with. Una know what to experience me. The thing you when me don't learn, like practically over the years of me work life, I don't get some. Yes, the book give me that platform for able to think wide. But now name book they are in the full now with. Una know what see for me salon be depend on we iron ore. Then Kefala Mara being like the Minister of Finance, no allow say the price of iron ore affect we country so when they go to austerity. You know what I mean? Now somebody we don't get clue. We don't get clue. You don't get clue. And to some extent, the team where they work with, where himself were not able to suggest them. I like if you don't get in-depth knowledge of it, if you don't suggest them. So what's going on here? We lifeline deep on this thing. But now they allow for many when they jump. When they dance for them. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. See, like even like Kisoya there, una they jump. This now all the reason why we need for free we safe. Even like Kisoya, I have some people and you tell her, I don't tell them, baby me say it's if money. Una tell and say me ain't too. Now the UK and ID. If in a woman G, me can sue me because I don't defame me character say it's if money. Yeah, una tell and say me say it's if. Me can sue me. So una tell and say me say it's if because I know. Me can sue me na London na ya na they will me na ya equal rights day. Me can sue there on tell and say na so me say me can sue me na UK because I don't defame me character if na lie the life now. Una tell am say me say in a manja that lady where na be or whatever he use am for thief salon money. Una tell am say na so me say me can sue me na UK na ya. You know, salon people. I was listening to Reginald Cole. You know, salon people for Una we don't know this guy. I don't know his personal life. But all I know in business life. The guy, when I make no mistake, is a millionaire. And I love what he say. People in the call and say, oh, may I go stand for president at Salon? You see, this now, people away get credibility, people away understand how country they grow. He say, tell them, say, no, mix me there. How me they go lead a country now, they tell me about 2028, where 2023 election was flagrantly abused, rigged, and damaged. People away understand about reputation. Regina Cole, prior to me talking to him, I think there was one time where I talked about like the case where they get and all that, which is normal. People are like Donald Trump, they all be don't get any kind of similar cases than they. And in fact, to recently said, as a result, it's not right. It was never like a tax evasion. It was like tax avoidance, and it's a tool where your millionaires them across the world always they use. In fact, recently they changed the accounting standard for leasing, and that was the thing where they actually kind of like sue them for. But that's a normal thing for millionaires them for do. In fact, Reggie and I, we spoke about it. I did tell him, say, look, like they've changed the standard because of like the avoidance thing where they exist. So you did not commit anything. It wasn't like a criminal act to be depend. So please go and just inform your lawyer. Maybe your lawyer don't know, but they give you a heads up. Say they've changed the rule now about the list, the accounting standard for leasing. Because before, like they had this operating list and finance list, they've now changed it. Anyway, some people I was listening to this guy, Regina Cole, and he was talking about, I love the fact. And for me, this is the thing. I respect people the way are principle based. We know like certain things the way they affect, the real economy, like in a country. He said something. He said, we get stockpile of inventory, but we actually not understand. A country they suffer, we get riches, wealth, in the abundance of water. Like what about Mali say, the fool is thirsty. With wealth, Salon, country we're full of wealth. Now that country they will allow the ravage in poverty. So it is because people not get the know-how for change that country they. We've now traded Salon where they see like natural resources rich country is now being labeled as a drug hub. Usai, cocaine, like now the hub for transportation around the world. A rich country. The reason being because they don't get the people we get the know-how for turn Salon 2 to 4. They don't get a clue. They ain't got a clue, guys. They've got no clue how to change this country. Hence the reason why it is like this. I saw a write-up, a newspaper caption, saying that the Minister of Finance, they asked the NIA for increased revenue. Now we country, the collection of revenue. Papa God, una see. But now me, now me when I can tell you say, what in talk say I get what he take for change Salon and Africa. Una can face fit I can't to me. Imagine this now Minister of Finance. Now in the talk so for make somebody go fend for go squeeze water from stone. A country who say the tax base not they operate, the tax base don't be killed. Now then the talk say for make it still go squeeze water from stone. They una say then guy they get idea how for change Salon. Una still not the bamba there. Una go suffer and die. Because when I hear it, I listen, I read that caption, I was like, oh my God. It goes back to one of my favorite lines. Tax is not the end. It is the means to the end. The moment you want to tax as the end, apampum, Apparemment, the moment you want to take tax as the end, buddy, what's on pass carry? I read this thing, I was like, oh my God. I hear them say Abdukagbo was born because of electricity problem. We're not seeing that yet. If I talk this, you say they miss some people will say, oh, now wickedness. No, because of what these guys are condoning. It's the reason why we don't go ever get proper investment in these infrastructural things them where we dearly need. And some people, the actions of the, I tell you in my last audio the other day, the intangibles are the things that where they affect we so badly now we can't see. The things they want to see. The things that where Abdukagbo they go tell Mother Biyo call the IG, where they invite Pope Kamara and Prince Charlie them. Mother Biyo call the IG, now the IG, now Mother Biyo, now the IG drop the case. Those are the things that where they make we not get proper electricity system. Those are the things. But no, to the extent even the one who they work now, EDSA, NPA, or whatever I want to call them, it is because they're not well trained or they don't invest into them properly because money no that's also patch. Now the reason we make certain that's also China products that we go get. The ones that are not sustainable. They go through there before they sell anything. And they go through the regulator for check that which you can sell it meets the standard of that particular item there. I didn't say sustainable now. But trust me, some people now they pass God saving if what happen. Yes, even human mistakes them. As a result, the last fire will get no massive fire. Like they say now the thing they put now the host them. Now it cause that for many fire spread so. Now then they change all the host them. Then they invest all the host them back. Then they go put the thing where for stop their fire then they Salon people and for me talk about that elasticity where I talk about the last time, I be just more expand. You see, because I talk about things them where in inelastic, where they stretch too much as a result of the change in price. Like rest, for instance. Like what I give that example. Like in a whole country, they go use them for exploit the people, for rip the people off. But they country there, this is the reason why they get the competition commission. For stop that they kind of thing for happen. Say, even though you get the power, you get an item where they sell, where regardless of the price, people will still buy it. But they need to allow you because they get the competition commission where they look into those things. But Salon, the rest, now because they know say rest inelastic. Regardless of how we turn, people still want them. This is the reason. Yes, they go. They make a huge change in price. They make the elasticity of demand can say a huge change in price. Sometimes will cause a slight pimpany change in the demand. For instance, if we have to cook the huge change in the rice, sometimes if we have to cook 10 cup rice, we don't reduce it now to maybe 9 or 8. Because it's inelastic. They stretch too much. But some people, the drugs now don't replace the wealth of Salon. A country where get $27 billion a year. Now Tonkolili. Salon people, it is there. Una go do the research. Una do the research. It show una the reserve of iron ore where they're gonna get at Tonkolili. Then what they do? When I don't see that one day, when I go check the price per ton for iron ore in the world, when I multiply them to the day, then until we say they can able mine them over 60 years. Then when I go see what they talk. 27 billion every year in Tonkolili. It's now being traded for drugs. People are making millions in that country from drugs. Salon people, because they don't get a clue, because this thing is say when the brain suffers, when the brain fail, the body suffers. Because they don't get a clue, they don't get idea how for change the country, how for enjoy the wealth, how for kind of like extract the wealth of the country. They now embark on drugs. Simple, cheap, and destructive way for them make money. It's all about themselves. It's all about themselves. But Salon people, once again, thank you very much. Thank you very much for celebrating me. I felt like really need to want go take for feather there. Catch and for myself for make a fly because I wanted to fly because of all the lovely, lovely messages. It was amazing. It was amazing. You guys made my day. And I'm not joking. I'm not saying this lightly. It's not just one of those things that people say. You made my day. And I appreciate you. And trust me, for that reason, Alexa, I'll be the dream for stop. I am not going to stop anymore. We are in this together. And we're going to fight for this cause. It's a just cause, Salon people. Samura Kamara,